talking about another year, another set of gaffes by President Biden. Some amusing, others some would say cringy. Biden has been famous for misspeaking, and 2022 was no exception. So let's take a look back. Newsmax's top 10 gaffes of 2022. We'll start with this. Rishi Sunak. Do you remember that? That's actually not how you pronounce it. President Biden mispronounces British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Now, we all know that some American leaders, they might have trouble pronouncing the names of foreign leaders, right? Even ourselves on the news, sometimes we misspeak. But maybe not so much with Great Britain. Well, President Biden spoke about the new British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, but that's not how it came out. Roll tape.
Rishi Sunak is now the Prime Minister.
All right. It was an attempt. Rishi Sunak, that was close. Moving on to number 9, lost on stage. Now, after a speech, President Biden had trouble finding his way off the stage. Take a look. Yeah, that's number 9, and you kind of feel bad even rolling that clip. Maybe they could put little arrows on the floor, help him out just a bit. But number 8, again, being back on stage, the president shaking hands with no one. And you might know how embarrassing that is. Put your hand out, and no one shakes it, and then you're left hanging. Well, President Biden did the same, put his hand out, but no one was there. Here's that. It took a minute. Someone give him a handshake. Got to find somebody out there that would shake hands with the American president. But he couldn't find anyone at that time. So we'll move on to number 7. President Biden misstates his medical condition. That's number 7 here. On July 20th, President Biden spoke about oil refineries in Delaware. He talked about the consequences for the health of those who live near these refineries. Here's that.
You'd had to put on your windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
Yeah, well, the White House later put out a statement that no, President Biden does not have cancer, and that you misheard what he said. Number 6, we'll move on to this one here. Traveled 17,000 miles with Xi. Talking about traveling with the Chinese President Xi Jinping. You know, the circumference of the Earth is about 25,000 miles. President Biden said that he and the Chinese leader traveled more than 17,000 miles, and they did it together.
I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping, traveling with him. And we traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact.
I know you thought I was joking when I said that, but we played it for you. Biden and Xi traveling more than halfway around the world together. Might have got that one wrong. We'll move on to number 5 here and show you this. 2 words years ago, then vice presidential candidate Biden saying the solution to our economic problems is a 3-letter word. Jobs. J-O-B-S. As President Biden, he continued with his faulty math. If you missed it, here's that.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
Yeah, number 5, 2 words. Made in America. That's 3. But we'll move on to number 4 here. What year is this? President Biden speaking at a rally before students at a historically black college in Florida, and he talked about the future. Watch.
Doing it for the first time now in the 21st century, going into the 20th, from the 20th century going into the second quarter of the 21st century, that we'd say 12 years is enough? Think 12 years is enough going into 20, 30, 40, 50? I don't think so.
21st, 20th century, 12, 20, 40. Yeah, we got lost a bit too, I know. Now to the final 3. Repeat the line. Yeah. Repeat the line. Basic rule of speaking, never read the stage directions. Turn to screen, point at screen, turn back to camera. The president, he seemingly forgot that.
Power
It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and or political, or maybe precise, not and or political power.
Oh, straight through the prompter on that one. Again, those are the commands that you don't read. Number 2, go steal a pumpkin. President Biden told young children that they didn't have to listen to his boring speech. They could do something else instead.
Imagine this has to be boring for these kids to stand up here. You're allowed to do anything you want, including go steal a pumpkin if you want.
Oh, my goodness. Go steal a pumpkin here. Again, showing you this is just facts. President Biden's #1 gaffe, though, here at Newsmax. The previous ones were humorous, to say the least, but this one is a little cringy. You might remember this one. Where is Jackie? That being the late Congresswoman from Indiana who died in a tragic car crash. Biden was pointing out the bipartisan work of alleviating hunger and pointed out the people responsible for that. Watch.
And I want to thank all of you here for including bipartisan elected officials like Representative Governor, Senator Braun, Senator Booker, Representative Jackie. Are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here.
Jackie Walorski, tragically passing away there. Again, 10 gaffes, a lot of them that happened, Sarah, over the year. Will 2023 provide any more to showcase here? Only time will tell, Sarah.